Hello YouTube, it's Dark Steve 333 here. Just recording an attempt for the YouTubers High Score Challenge. I think that's what it's called. Decided to join the group on Facebook after seeing Colin, Atari Fitness's attempt. Hypersports being one of my favourite games, thought I'd give it a go. So here I am doing the swimming. Yeah, timed that badly and qualified quite easily, because the qualification time in the first round is very easy at 2 minutes. So onto the skeet shooting, or clay pigeon shooting, which is one of my favourite events normally. Made a bit more difficult because I've been playing this through the Retropie that I've got recently. I've just been setting that up last few weeks, well not weeks, last few days I suppose. Very good little device, but when you put it through the capture device I've got, and again I've been using for the first time the Hauppage HD PVR2, the skeet shooting seems to introduce a little bit of a lag or stutter, I suppose, when fast moving items go by. So whereas this is normally my favourite event, as you can probably see from the scoreboard, I haven't done particularly well whenever I've tried to record some footage. It sort of when the very fast clay pigeons are flying by, it sort of stutters, which you can't really see on this particular video, but trust me, it's there, and it sort of takes you out of the rhythm. This particular set of skeets, A1 I think it's called, I know it off by heart. I can usually get 7,200 points fairly easily, but not to be on this occasion. So onto the what is it they call it, the vaulting, or vault, box vault. Again, quite easy first time round. You've got to hit 8.8. So long as you land on your feet fairly well, you usually get through. So as with most events where you get 3 goes, main aim is to try and get a banker on, and then try something more ambitious, which is what I did there and fouled. So on to the third attempt, and a bit more conservative. Let's see if I land on my head. No, there you go, 9.00, only 5 spins, but landed on my feet, so that got me through. So pretty much halfway through, I'm pleased to say. And on to the archery, which is another one of my favourite events. And this one is all a question of just working out where the wind is going to take you. I tend to sort of judge when to let the arrow go by the bottom of the close-up box with the target, and the centre of the bullseye as it moves. As soon as you get sort of zoomed in or homed in on whereabouts to start your shot, it's just a matter then of sort of trying to get the angle right, which for me is a bit of muscle memory really. I usually manage to hit between about 4.6 and 5.8 fairly consistently. To get a nice, you need to hit between 4.8 and 5.4, pretty much in the middle, as you can see there. Again, on this particular attempt, I've not sort of troubled my own records. Not a bad attempt, to be fair. Kept it fairly consistent in the centre of the scoreboard. Yeah, 3,600 isn't too shabby. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time playing this in the arcades, and more recently on MAME, and back in the day on the Spectrum, that and Daley Thompson's Decathlon. But this was always my favourite. I think it might have been perhaps because it was on the telly, on that kids quiz show with what was it, Debbie Greenwood presenting it, because you'd always have the kids having a go on it, and being a kid myself at that time, you'd go, oh, I'm better than that, and generally I was. Not wishing to blow my own trumpet or anything, but they weren't particularly skilled. So onto the triple jump anyway, and I tend to try and get a bit of a banker in on this one as well, sort of usually take off well before the line. Never been quite sure what the best angles to hit are. As you can see, you know, nothing too spectacular there. Again, not going to trouble the records, but I think also probably not helping me was the fact I've been using like an arcade style joystick, a Hori arcade joystick. Not a bad stick in itself, but it's got convex buttons which aren't perhaps the best suited for this sort of game. So I've mapped the controls to the buttons like you would in the arcade, rather than sort of waggling the joystick. But I just can't generate the sort of speed that you can with convex buttons. So I do have another arcade stick, but I'd have to sort of dig that out. So I figured I'll just give it a go with this. So onto the weightlifting again. This is one where I suffer without being able to get much power. If you look in the background there, cheerleaders are giving me 1,000 points. I have no idea why that is. First time I ever noticed that. Might be the first time I ever got 1,000 points on that particular bit as a bonus. With this one, I think it's fairly well known that if you hit the edge of the box with the pole, then a little mole sticks his head up and gives you 1,000 points for that. This is very much an event where you need to get a feel for it, I suppose. It's amazing how high you can actually go once you're actually in a rhythm. So that's 565 cleared, which is the qualification this time round. There you go, there's a perfect one. In a minute, if you look down the bottom of the screen by where the pole's landed, you'll see a little mole stick his head up and give you 1,000 points, so that's useful. So yeah, up to 575, and I think this is where it starts to go a little pear-shaped. Oh no. No, managed to grab that. That's, I think that was probably, if I remember, my best attempt at this particular go. Yeah, that was too late. So onto the second go. You get 3 goes, and as soon as you've got 3, well, you're allowed 3 faults. And there's the second fault. And onto the, I think, final attempt. There you go, should get another 1,000 points for that, provided I get over. I did. There you go. Woo! On to the world record list. I definitely failed this one. Yeah. If I'd have actually timed that better, I'd have got over and got the 1,000 points again, I think. Anyway, that's the first time round. Back in the day, I used to be able to do this about 3.5 times before failing generally on the vault, because you had to hit a ridiculous number of spins and land it perfectly in order to qualify. So that's what usually defeated me. At the moment, with obviously my joystick woes, the swimming has proved enough of a trial, if you like. I think this particular go didn't do too bad. Yeah, 57.93, which is about the best time I've done. So I was quite pleased with that. Back to the shooting, which is now an more unfamiliar set of clay pigeons, so very difficult, what with the sort of stuttering issues. As you can see, look like a blind man attempting it. I think this was a bit of a woeful failure, the first attempt. Yeah, 1,800 points, that's largely awful. So I think I managed to scrape it by about 100 points in a minute, either this go or the next. Interesting thing is, if you hit 2 normal white clay pigeons with one shot, then I think you get 500 points. So 200 short there. So pressure's on. And not a great start. Of course, when you start to miss them, you also start to panic and then perhaps go for shots that you shouldn't. Oh, there you go, scraped it by 100 points. So you'd have thought that might have inspired me to get through the next event, but sadly that was probably my best start, and didn't nail the landing, so I'm a full point short there of qualification. So on to the second go, which you'll probably guess is no more successful, and the third attempt is equally pants. So I'm going to sort of wrap up here, because you'll be able to see in a moment that I've failed. So thanks for watching. For those of you that might watch my on the head, for those of you that might watch my usual videos, which are sort of gaming pickup videos, I hope this has been a bit different for you. And there you go. Not too bad a score, but obviously not the best I've got. Thanks for watching. Bye.